Yes, good morning, to another football church. We're active here. Right here in Montego Bay, from Montego Bay United, We want to welcome you to another football church. As you know, today's discussion, we'll be discussing the reason why it has been in the news for the past week, the reason why we are at Montego Bay United feel that we need to step away from the PLC. And it's a touchy topic, and it's a unique one that we think we can have a healthy discussion on. And it is such a touchy one that we thought that we'd have to have legal advice on, So we'll speak about that today, what the implications are for us as a club, and what the implications are for the other 11 clubs which will remain as the PLCA and the running of our Premier League and so forth and so on. But we just want to start with, how it all began. The Premier League Clubs Association, I think it was somewhere around 2007 there, that the clubs got together with the then JFF, to discuss what I think was a good idea at the time, apart for the clubs to be more responsible with their league, and to make it into a professional settings and a more organized settings, and also to seek the desired sponsorship, the sponsorship that we think can move the football forward. So it started here with some healthy discussions. The president at the JFF at the time was Princeton Boxill, and the general secretary then was Burchell Gibson. And I don't think everybody meant the football good. Hence we had a very, very healthy discussion and came up to this great idea where the clubs would be responsible for the league. So it started there. I think the first year, at that time, I think Ray Nephew was the sponsor. And when we got together, I think they pulled out, and Cash Plus came in. It is what it is, where we got came together as clubs and got good response where the marketing side was concerned. And we did a pretty good job at even running the competition, And we were so involved, we all felt good, and I think we were moving in the right direction. It was 2009 that the administration changed. And when the administration changed, the present president decided that it should not be so, and he wanted a piece of it. Hence the forming of now the PFAJ. In the PFAJ, it was his desire to have the JFF playing a more important role, even though we did not have a problem for the years that we started. But he came in with the system that the PFAJ would consist of 7 people, 4, which is the majority from the JFF, and 3 from the PLCA. Again, while one may wonder why, because everything was okay, I have my reasons as to why, but I'll not speak about them now. But it is what it is, and the PFAJ was formed. Now it was clear, and at the same time, he appointed Edward Siaga to be the chairperson of the PFAJ. And we had also decided before that our chairman, the PLCA chairman, was Edward Siaga. So that is the way it started off, and I felt like it was from the JFF president a feeling that yes, the club still controlled, because he had left the president of the PLCA, which is Mr. Edward Siaga, as the chairman of the PFAJ. And with that came the separation of who runs the league and who is clearly responsible for the marketing side of the league. It was always clear to me, but it seems at times was not so clear to a lot of other members and even the leaders, that the PFAJ now would be responsible for the day-to-day running, the competitions. They were the one that appointed the competitions committee and all of that. And they were now responsible for the independently, the running side of the league. And the PLCA now was sort of demoted a little to getting the marketing going, getting the sponsors, and being the voice, or the union I should say, for the clubs, you know? So again, that is where we started, and that was, to me, our objectives. And we'll now look at where we have gotten based on those objectives. As the PLCA, we know we registered as a company, and for a couple of years now, we had that documentation, and as every company has that registration, the company registration, or articles as it is known. So we are guided by that. Since the documents came to fore, I have been asking for us now to modify or to bring to fore our mission statement or our plan, which is the plan of the PLCA and of the PFAJ. So we can clearly know who is responsible and just the planning, that basic document that we'll call maybe our constitution. I think up until today, which is we are going into the 10th year, we have had no such document. So while people may not understand why we want to leave and why we are getting frustrated, just listen. So being a part of an organization or a company and you do not know how they operate, you're a part of it and you do not know, and you're asking for some sort of documentation or some sort of planning so we can understand our mandate. We at the PLC have not done that yet. So, how do we operate? if you look from the inception, who are the leaders? Who are the ones that are leading us and involved day to day, or I would say more than the other directors? Since the inception, the Honorable Edward Siaga has been there. And his vice president is Carvel Stewart from Harborview. Secretary, Clyde Giardini from Harborview. We had Mr. Bicknell from Waterhouse and Howard McIntosh at the time was from Portmore. So that is where we started, and I would want to believe that we had capable people of putting that plan together. The other clubs were contributing, but I think they were led by these clubs. Mr. Siaga from Tivoli, Clyde and Carvel from Harborview, Mr. Bicknell from Waterhouse, and Howard McIntosh from Portmore. We had some good directors over the period of time, and I've sat in a couple of meetings where the discussions were great, you know, and we thought we were going places. But again, we're still without a plan. And that makes it hard for any other club to really have any sort of planning. So, with all of these people on board, we got nowhere. Mr. Bicknell as the treasurer left. And I think up till the last meeting that I went to, or I was a part of, he still signed the checks. I don't know if that has changed now. But obviously for years he has left. And when he was gone, things remained the same. We had to be looking for Mr. Bicknell to sign the checks. Howard McIntosh has gone. All the directors that were effectively fighting for some sort of change, for some reason or the other, had left. And for the past couple of years now, it has been Mr. Siaga, Carvel, Clyde, and Andrew Price. Andrew Price came in at the time because, again, the mandate of our club, we had Latoya DeCosta, which is an independent person that used to, before the PFAJ was formed, was that integral manager that runs the competition department, and she did a great job where that was concerned. So after she left, that vacancy was there for a while, where we try to put a general manager, independent person in place for a while. And for most part, we were told that there was no money to pay this person. And eventually, the chairman, Mr. Siaga, appointed Andrew Price to that general manager position. Now at the time again, while Andrew Price was a director and was there and could have done anything that he's now appointed to do, I guess nothing was done. But as a person that has been in marketing for such a long period of time, most of his lives, and I think he was a suitable person for the purpose of that marketing thrust that we were talking about. So Andrew Price was now on the payroll, and we entrusted him now because we thought we wanted a marketing person. Since that, I have not seen much difference, if there is any. As a matter of fact, there is a difference because I think we have declined in sponsorship. And we have seen the direction of the PLCA, what I would say, not so much driven on finding the marketing or making our Premier League more marketable. And for that, I'm disappointed. And that is where I start thinking different, that it is more than we are seeing. The accountability that I see, there is none. Very little accountability. Very little discussions, because they will tell you of confidentiality reasons. So it makes you feel like the PLCA now is divided by certain clubs are allowed to get certain information and certain clubs will not be able to get it until certain decisions are made. Or it is now what I feel thrown onto the clubs, and I think that is wrong. So it started again where you can feel the presence of a director involving day to day in the running of the competition, in the making of the fixtures. Most of these decisions, they start making them. Now we continue to ask for specific job descriptions, and also the direction, just the plan, so it can be documented, so we can know what is in the heads of these people. As the marketing side and the marketing guru that one may think Andrew was, I'm here to see a proper marketing plan. There's not a business plan for our company, the PLCA or the PFAJ. Or if there's one, I've not seen it. We have not done a document that we can go out and seek partnerships with the different companies. The private sector, the public sector, government. We have not had a proper document so we can approach even the government. Now, I've been asking for us to create these documents because that is the only way I think we are going to go forward. Now, if you're asking and you're a part of the company, you're a director, supposedly to have the same amount of shares as anybody there, and they are treated otherwise. It led me to start thinking a whole lot of stuff. And not only think, you reach to a position where you start asking the questions and you are not given answers. So why is it that I want to be a company, a part of that company? Why is it that I have sat for years and tried to have some sort of input and I'm not listened to? Are these things that I'm asking for, the accountability, the documentation, the forward planning, the mission statement of these companies, the business plan, and how we go forward? Is these things that I'm asking for not normal? Or is it something outside of our scope that we shouldn't be worrying about? No, we at Montego Bay United cannot operate without these documents. And anytime the PLC wants to see any one of these documents from Montego Bay United, it can be delivered. And it can be copied. Because as a company, I will not be a part of the company that does not have all of these documents. Now, in even preparing our document, we can't even afford to approach sponsors because we are unsure of what we can do and cannot do. Or we'll have to wait until that competing sponsor is exhausted by the PLCA or the PFHA. I'm almost sure that the companies in Jamaica would know if they want to be a part of the Premier League, if not approached and would like to be a part, would approach one of these persons, either personally or in writing. Over the years, or every year, I've not seen a list of companies that we have approached and accepted or denied. We have seen bits and pieces. You know, okay, we are in discussion with this person or we're in discussion with that person. The marketing group would every year, with documentation properly, send to most companies in Jamaica. And as a director, we could see where the negotiation is going or where it failed or how we could make it better for the next year, etc., etc. So I've been there and I've not seen it done in an organized way to say, okay, we have done our best. Now, how that makes us here at Montego Bay operate, or how it makes the other clubs around the country operate. Some club will now depend solely on the PFAJ PLCA because they are the ones responsible for sponsorship. And at the end of the deals, we'll have to settle for what is there. And or to now start seeking sponsorship on our own. We have seen most of our leaders' clubs excel in sponsorship. And we are speaking now of sponsorship outside of that PLCA, that PFAJ, and that title sponsor or co-sponsors of the league. We have seen them have big companies that we would think that if pitched properly would take not just a club but the Premier League. And we are saying to ourselves, how come? But yet they sit and speak that they could have thought about what we are thinking here in Montego Bay United to go alone, because they know everybody and they can get sponsors for their clubs. And I'm saying the proof is there. You're getting sponsorship. You're the people that the sponsors are coming to. And you can have your first choice. Because if a company comes and do not want the 12 teams because some are less marketable, you will say to us, they want you because you are marketable and more visible and more organized than the rest of clubs. And yes, the proof is there. You take it. So it is profitable to you, big clubs, for clubs to remain small. I'm saying, I'm here in Montego Bay, and if it should be that I get a sponsor, I would have no problem at all to sharing it with everybody. But not a lot of clubs are willing to do what I'm willing to do. So, if a sponsor approaches us, and to get in the Premier League, it is 10 million, but they have 8. Or let us push it down a little further. They have only 100,000 to spend. Why is it we can't share it with all the clubs? Why is it not that we are trying to make our clubs all look the same and feel the same? Because we're all of the same brand, which is the PLCA. These are some of the reasons and the belief that I have. If it is small, if it is nothing, we can share it. And if it's something, we all can share it. And I don't feel that is happening. I have a feeling when I see other clubs excelling in their sponsorship and other clubs in the league continue to fail. And these are the people excelling that are responsible for our sponsorship. We are not marketable. Why? Why is it that we are not having discussions to be marketable? Why is it that we are not having discussions to create better visibility? for all clubs. Why is it that we are not trying to set a higher standards in terms of our product? Why is it that we continue to see our league deteriorate and we have leaders? We'll just take a break. I will be right back. Yeah man, welcome back again, you know. So, we are saying now from the inception of this PLCA and the PFAJ, we have not had serious discussion about change or about even evolving. It is the same people that from inception that are running the Premier League. Why? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of energy. Why is it that they continue? And to hold on to this power, what are the benefits to them? What are the benefits to us? Why is it that we're not making any sort of effort to include other people? Why is it that we continue to be cliquish? And why is it that you want me, Montego Bay, when you can't stand the name Montego Bay United, to sit in a room with you people? Why is it that it is a problem for us to leave? These are the questions that I'm asking that I can't seem to find an answer for. I only can, you know, think, guess as to why. Why is it tell me why should I be led by people that cannot tell me where they are going? Tell me why should I be led by people that I see instead of the clubs getting better, they are getting worse? Why? Why is it that I'm being led by people that I think feel that we are exactly where we want to be, and is hell-bent on us staying exactly where we are. We at Montego Bay United believe and wants to be the best. We want to be a part of a league that wants to be the best league in the Caribbean, and by extension as far as we can go. We want to be a part of something in people that believe we can get better. Most of the people that are leading us will let us know it cannot get any better. Why is it that one of the most important part of our football, which is our football pitches, we continue to lead and allow our youngsters to continue to play on these sort of pitches? Why is it that we don't have discussions to find different ways to bring people into these games? Is it that we have small stadiums of 3,000, 4,000 and we cannot get any more? So, for this reason, or these reasons, we want to chart our own course. And we would love, and readily, at any time, to share plans and to have discussions with other clubs in moving their football forward. We will never, ever get corporate or government sponsorship the way we operate. No accountability. Corporate Jamaica will be scared of us because there's no what I'd call best practices that we practice here at the PLCA PFAJ. We continue to empower our friends, and we continue to play games with what we called, or what I called, our serious football business. It is sad to know that we have a Premier League Clubs Association that has the same members outside of the ones that come in and out at times. I myself wasn't there for a while. And we have clubs that come in and out. And the clubs that come in, I would think, would try to change what is there. We're going to find some reason to have them out. It is sad that when the ones come in, we embrace them, even though it's much better from where they are coming from. We embrace them with the same idea that stay for a while and then you go back. I have to laugh seriously when I heard again that the decision from the PLCA after a meeting of our manager leaving, Andrew Price, that the new manager would be Pat Garrell. And Pat Garrell herself will tell you that she has been with the PFAJ, PLCA from the inception. She has been there from the inception. She has been helping, doing the best that she can do. But we are still where we are. And now a post that has been, came to, it's up now. Because remember, when Latoya de Castro was there, and I'm of the feeling that we pay a pretty penny per month to these people. So Latoya was there, and we needed that position to be filled. And instead of getting an expert in the position, we choose from within. I said at the time, I thought we had an expert within us in terms of marketing. And he could have delivered in Andrew Price. He took the job, we did not get anything. But we, since 2003, I think, he has been there. We can't do the maths. That is what we have invested. And as a club member, I personally will say, okay, nothing is wrong with that. It's invested. We're not on a club because we have to keep it tight within our football. But now, the situation came up again where now, okay, Andreas, I hear, has moved on to greener pastures. So there is still this vacancy that now could be filled with, or discussions could have for a while, to have a proper person that can deliver sponsorship and be of a greater asset than the one that we already had. Because Pat Garrell has been a part of us and been in every meeting, but now she has been elevated to a position that is a paid position. And we are going to speak about seriousness about football. What is it new that we will get from Pat Garrell? What is it that she's going to bring to the table? New. Because she has always been at the table. Is it now a situation where we, because they are our friends, we fatten them until a better position comes up at the detriment of our football? These are the serious questions that we have to ask now. So, what are you going to do different, Ms. Pat Garrell? What are your plans? Please outline them for the world to see. Because football is all our business. We need to get the best people for these positions that are available. And I do not think, again, we needed to pay someone that we already have, that was contributing all that she has and knowledge. So we are now paying her for what? But we will see. We will see the changes, and I've sat and I've listened to a couple of interviews that she have done since she has gotten this position, and as a part of the person that from inception has been there, she continues to speak about the operation side of the football, for which Miss Garel, you're the managing or manager of the PLCA. Mr. Price remains the person from the PFAJ, from the PLCA, on the PFAJ board. So the PFA board responsible. You, Ms. Pat Garel, has gotten the task of getting sponsorship and dealing with the commercialization of our Premier League. So I hear you're telling when fixtures gonna be out and all of that. I don't think you have not spoken about any engagement of new sponsorship going into the new league. You have not spoken about that when you take up the papers and look on the documents that we do have, that is only Red Stripe that is committed on paper, document, total committed. There is no other signed contract. You have not spoken about that. You have not spoken about the plan going forward in terms of how we're going to market this league. You yourself, with the past year gone, and the problems that we have here at Montego Bay United with the PLCA, has not called to tell us anything or to sort of quash whatever differences that we have as a leader and as the director. But I do know that will never change, because we know the love between that you have for Montego Bay United. It is sad, and it is for these reasons that we feel it is time, and I think it is no turning back. And it's been some time now that we have written to the chairman of the PFAJ of our intention and asking for him to come in and kind of formalize how we part, because it is written that we will part. And I was told that I would be having a meeting with the PFAJ in the shortest of order, and I'm still waiting on that meeting. But as it is now, we just want to make it public. We are asking the PLCA not to consider us as a part of them, not to have any discussions, any new sponsorship where we are concerned. If you are approached, please have Montego Bay United discuss their part, which is the 1/12 of this Premier League, in that discussion. So, and we are appealing again to the sponsors out there. As I said, we are committed to Red Stripe because they have signed and we were a part of them. But we are saying going forward, Red Stripe, we do not want to be a part of the PLCA. We do not want you to have any discussions, further discussions with them. Montego Bay United. And we will be looking forward to this discussion with the chairman, Mr. Don Anderson, and with the board of the PFAJ to see why and how we are going to move forward. it must be, I couldn't go without saying this part. Where to a lot of people now, it may seem like I continue to be, you know, what I think most people will say, troublemaker. Gives a lot of trouble, you know. But if you notice, everything that I speak about, it is something that I've been speaking about from day one. The changes 4 years ago. All of these things that I'm asking for, it is the same things that I continue to ask for. And at times, I wonder, should I stop? Because it would seem like nobody cares about our football. But I refuse to believe that. I really refuse to believe that. And the only way I will stop is if there is change in the way how we operate. Or if you, the JFF, the PFAJ, decides to kick me out. But I will not stop. If someone can tell me that these things that I'm asking for there's some sort of partiality, or I'm not fair, I'm asking for things that cannot be given, tell me. If I'm asking for things that will make our football worse, let me know. If the things that we continue to do is in the best interest of our football, let me know and show me how, and show me where we are getting better. Now, it may seem a lot of times that I'm alone in these things that I'm asking and fighting for. But I'm encouraged every day by the smaller clubs that understand but are not willing to speak. The man in the street that sees exactly what I'm speaking about. The people on the corner, the businessmen out there. Maybe they don't like the messenger, but the message is clear. We can do much better. We cannot do the same thing over and over and expect change. We need to evolve. What was good for a couple of years ago, we have moved on. And while without disrespect, take it for what it is, we're grateful for the dinosaurs. We're grateful for the man that invented an 8-track recorder. Because they are the ones that now allow us to understand and to can be able to store our music on some little device, and now we are gone to the cloud. So we are grateful, but the dinosaurs need to understand that they themselves can hamper growth. And at time need to step away. Because right now, I might think I'm a CD in the interpretation of what I'm speaking about now, with what it was with a tape recorder, reel-to-reel, 8-track, you come out to a cassette, videotapes, all of those recording now. And soon, the CD will be of less value. So we have to evolve. We have to have new ideas for these people in football, and to understand that football is not just the playing of the game on the field. Football is much bigger than that. But it's the importance of the little things that we do or do not do that will significantly impact the bigger picture. And when we speak about monies that we don't have and we are short of money, I can tell you this: Jamaica spends more than $1 billion a year on football. How is it spent? That's a different thing. And where is the money gone is a different thing. So let us not continue to blame the reasons why it cannot happen, but to look for reasons why it can happen. Do not continue to say it cannot be done because you cannot do it. Allow people, the people that can and have the will, to do it, or to show you, the non-believers, how it can be done. Again, nice football church. We continue to give you the topics that we believe are the discussions that can enhance our football here in Jamaica, because we are here to unite and build a nation through football. We have seen what a country with 300 people have done in Iceland. We are 3 million here. It is how we operate. And the only way we can do that is to think big and get out of the box. Do not tell me that these countries are richer than us, because we ourselves are rich within ourselves, but continue to squander our little, or not to use it in the benefit for better rewards. Blessed Sunday, another football church.